Today we have a 6-gallon Craftsman shop vac. I've had this vacuum, I got it as a gift to replace a shop vac brand that I had since 1997, purchased new at Walmart. And that vacuum, there was nothing wrong with it actually, except the wheels came out and the plastic cracked. So I would just use it as a stationary vacuum and just pick it up. So someone, I guess, felt sorry for me at some point and purchased this for me. I think I donated the other one or gave it away. I tend to have a hard time in situations like that because it works fine. Take care of it, but it was just kind of one of those things. In my home at the time, I did not need 2 shop vacs. If I had a second location at that time, no doubt. So I got this one, I want to say close to 10 years ago now. Now, it's great for the applications I use it for. Predominantly, it gets used for cleaning or vacuuming vehicles, mostly. It will get used in the basement. Unfinished basement, but the basement gets a lot of use with exercise equipment. See my previous video, and other things such as laundry and whatnot. So we try to keep that clean, cobwebs and whatnot, and this will get used for that. It has the standard, I don't know what this is, an 8-foot, probably about an 8-foot hose. I don't think I've ever used this in a wet application. I don't know if this one's particularly designed for that. I can't recall from the instructions, which are probably long gone. My previous shop vac brand, you could use it. It had a, I guess kind of like a cloth filter. You would remove the cloth filter and just have that sponge thing in there, and you could use it in wet applications. This has a conical paper filter, much like you would see in a vehicle. In terms of service, once a year I dump this thing out, and it gets pretty heavy. Dump it out, hose the entire thing out, hose the inside of the hose out. And I don't have the tripod right here. You can probably see it in the background. Rinse out the internals, and I wipe down the top part, wipe down the inside of the underneath of the top part. And then from Craftsman or wherever, probably Amazon at this point, I order a replacement filter. And then I usually take, because I'm a little crazy, I usually take interior auto detailer and wipe down all the plastic, so usually it looks brand new. It looks as good as it performs. Now, I know someone in the family who has one very similar to this, and I don't think it gets the service that this does, and it still performs awesome. So I'm a big Craftsman type of guy, and I know these days it's more so just a brand name versus an actual representation of the product itself. So I don't use any of the attachments. I think there is a longer attachment somewhere around here, but this is kind of perfect for the car. So I'll just turn it on quickly. I'll try to do this with no tripod here and just vacuum up. Normally I sweep that stuff out, but I just will turn on the vacuum to do that. I am not going for those bigger, that's grass clump, some leaves. I'm not gonna pick up that stuff because my son actually was the one who serviced the vacuum about 2-3 weeks ago, and don't want to wreck it already. I know, and I know what you're saying or thinking. Well, it's a shop vac, you're supposed to wreck it. Yeah, I get it. All right, so we'll fire it up. There it is. Let me know what you guys use. Do you prefer vintage? They still make some metal canister ones, the larger one. Just to be a little, I think, large for dragging it around the driveway to do the cars and whatnot, and I don't need it for my job or for a commercial application. You can see if I was doing something with a lot of drywall or construction where a larger one would make sense. I have used, I think one time I borrowed, somebody had was it a 3-gallon or a 2-gallon? And it was the same brand as this. It was just much smaller, no wheels. And it was horrible. The hose was probably 3 feet long, I'm probably exaggerating, probably 4 or 5 feet long. But the problem was every time you went to pull in the hose, the way the hose was, it would knock the vacuum over, and then it wouldn't run properly, you had to turn it back up. So I would say 6-gallon is probably the best do-it-all size if you have a house. I always say anyone who owns a house should have a shop vac. Things come up, and it's the right thing for the job. Make sure you subscribe. Thanks for watching, and see you on the next one.